Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday Apocryphal Podcast, your one-stop shop for everything Friday Apocryphal and podcast. And boy, do we have a show for you today. Today we are reading Second Baruch
71,
chapters 71 through 77.
Look how great we are.
Beautiful.
We're not rusty at all.
No, we don't get rusty.
No,
we're like the sword of King Arthur.
Yeah,
sword in the stone.
Never rusts as well.
Never. You throw it into a lake.
It's fine.
Some lady grabs it.
Never gonna rust because the lady has it.
Yeah.
I thought it was because it was made of stainless steel.
No,
it's because of the lady.
And that chrome that we put on the outside with
It's
electroplating.
because of the lady.
So I somehow got on this like YouTube rail when I got autoplayed into a documentary about Merlin.
Oh, that's fun.
But then
that's a fun autoplay.
Yeah, but it wasn't just like Merlin. It was like, oh, this takes place. You know, it said that he comes from this village, so let's go there. Oh yeah, they talk to locals. Sometimes people come around dressed up as Merlin. They tell us things like Merlin told them to come here. They chant things in funny languages and leave offerings and yeah. There's no harm in it, and we're fully accepting of this. This is just what they believe. That's their life. What's the problem?
So they're like harassing some locals about Merlin. All that, and apparently it happens a lot.
Yeah.
So these guys just like
often enough that it was something that could be commented on.
Mm-hmm.
In a documentary multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So. I had a lot of projects this week.
Yes.
Now, luckily, I did finish all the big stuff. There's like some minor assignments that I'll hand in, but they're not like hugely weighted for that much. But yeah, so the big part of the stress is over. But because of that, these people right here, and other people as well, they have 2 new videos.
Yeah.
So for example, they got the Thekla one.
Thekla one, which we have all seen, of course.
Of course, you've all seen the video.
Everyone who's watching this video has seen the Thekla video.
Obviously, if you haven't,
then you have something to do with the rest of your day when you're done with the stream today.
You must be a communist, and I am now instituting McCarthyism, and you will be hunted down.
Oh, wow.
So, you know what's funny?
Seen it.
So in high school, I would hang out at Lawrence's in his basement.
Yeah.
And you like open the door. It's like this finished basement that's all nice and everything. And then
that's all right, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that one's not but
that's past basement.
That's past
gone.
basement.
Right, basement. Yeah, past basement.
Basement. But then you open this door and all of a sudden just like concrete and like slabs on the walls,
and
there's a bunch of
Russian.
Yeah,
they're not like VHSs of Bruce Lee movies. They're like recorded off the TV, pirated bootleg versions of Bruce Lee movies. There's a cabinet with a bunch of weapons, a weightlifting set, and a huge mural of like the flag of the USSR.
Yeah, the flag of the USSR. There was a whole bunch of seals of all because it was in different.
And a wall of weapons. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, all the weapons.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of stuff down there. There's no mural anymore.
There's because there's definitely no communists in the household.
Nope, definitely not.
Never were.
No. Although, yeah, it's kind of weird though, because like my dad, he always like had that kind of like, oh, I take a lot of pride in my Russian ancestry, and because he grew up in the Soviet Union, like he had a whole bunch of Soviet symbols everywhere, like, and he was in the Soviet army, so he had like the Soviet badges and stuff like that.
But he's not like a communist.
No, because he's like a full-on Trump guy now.
Holy
so
shit.
I don't know exactly.
I didn't see that coming.
You didn't know that? I thought I told you.
No, we never talk about your
yeah,
parents.
he's like a.
All I know
full-on-
is that your mom doesn't want to go outside or have
Right.
anyone from outside in your house
essentially, yeah. But like,
anymore.
but yeah, my dad is like full on Trump dude.
Okay, so what the hell?
I don't know.
Is this like
But either way,
with both of those two, right? Oh
It's
man,
getting something.
either way, wanted to get back to the point though.
let's.
You got a video on Thekla, and if you are a patron, you have early access to a video on St. Patrick.
Yeah. And you can watch the St. Patrick video if you're a communist, but not the Thekla one.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's up there. If you are a patron, you have access to it. So go on to the Patreon and click that link to watch the video. But I don't know when it'll be. We will look at a few things and see.
St. Patrick's Day is the right day.
Okay, I'll just wait 3.5 months. That's okay. Or 4 months almost.
I mean, you can install
4
it
months, yeah.
to be published then.
Yeah, but do I want to wait that long to publish it? I don't think I do.
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. It's a good question.
How,
That's the real question.
audience, how long
It's too long.
do you want to wait?
For the St. Patrick video.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because we're going to double that because you're going to become a patron so that you can watch it.
Facts. Get scammed. All right. Let's hop into the reading, shall we?
All right, let's do this. Chapter 71. And the Holy Land will have mercy on it. Actually, I'm reading from the Old Testament Apocrypha, edited by James H. Charlesworth, Volume 1, Apocalyptic Literature and Testaments, new translations from authoritative texts, with introductions and critical notes by an international team of scholars. The international team of scholars associated with this
Klein. This guy wrote Klein.
Yes,
This is
A.F.J. Klein. That's the international team of scholars.
It's just
on
him.
Second Baruch.
He's the one guy.
And I guess Charlesworth, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure he edited it.
So,
Yeah, too.
anyways. And the Holy Land will have mercy on its own and will protect its inhabitants at that time. This is the vision which you have seen, and this is its explanation. For I have come to tell you these things since your prayer has been heard by the Most High. Chapter 72.
Yeah, that was the whole chapter. Very, very short, but there it was.
Now, these chapters are a later thing, right? Usually the chapters are not.
Oh, like you mean? Okay, yeah. The chapter division, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it'll be the same for this too, because that's how it was for the Bible. The chapters are a later Christian thing.
Right.
So I'm guessing it's the same here.
Because can you imagine?
And remember, weren't there were some books that we read where the chapters, because we were using two different like translations, so the chapters
Were dramatically different.
they were different entirely because whoever sectioned them off just did it differently. And I don't exactly know where that stems from. So like it could have been the author of the translation, or it could have been like the manuscripts that they were copying. And I don't remember that ever being explained. There was one translation that we used that had both chapters, right? It had like the more traditional chapters for it and like the more modern ones. Like it would be like, oh, this is chapter 14, but also chapter like 56 or something like that. I forget which book that was, but that was in one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know why.
I recall that.
Is the short answer.
Do you recall the differences between the Vita and
I
Life of Adam and Eve?
No, but I remember there were chunks, right, that were just not in one or the other.
It was so dramatically different.
Right. I don't remember which one goes in which, but I remember that they were different.
I'd like to run into something like that.
Right. That would be
in
nice.
Friday Apocryphal podcast more often.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's more interesting, I think. Here,
I think it's like defining of the podcast even.
Yeah.
Here you only have two sentences, and that's
Nothing to compare it to.
well, 3 sentences. Let's be fair, but it's not great. It's not a great great way to divide the literature. I don't get it.
And not even great sentences.
No. Chapter 72. Now, 72, 1 through 73, 2, also in BM edition 14,687 twice, and A. Konath Library manuscript 77. So,
Okay, so they're actually telling you the manuscripts there.
yeah, they're actually telling us the manuscripts that this comes from. Okay, cool.
Interesting that we hadn't had that before until you just mentioned it.
Yeah, it's about time. Okay, 72. Now, hear also about the bright waters which come at the end after these black ones. This is the word. After the signs have come of which I have spoken to you before, when the nations are moved, and the time of my anointed one comes, he will call all nations, and some of them he will spare, and others he will kill.
All right.
The Messiah is a warrior.
Right,
here.
yes. So we'll spare some nations and others he will kill. Sure, okay.
Obviously in Revelation, which is different than Second Baruch, but probably contemporary to it. In Revelation, Jesus
they have
comes
a slightly
on,
different view of who would die.
Well, he comes on a white sword and
On a white horse.
Right. And pulls a sword out of his mouth and then leads an army. Now, I've had people argue that the sword from his mouth is rhetoric.
I have heard that as well.
And I don't know what church is teaching that.
Yeah, the thing is, that's a fairly common interpretation because there was also, if you remember, there are multiple provisions where the gospel had to be preached to the ends of the earth first, had to be preached everywhere before the apocalypse could come. So, like, a lot of people, like, not only sometimes they view, like, the horsemen in that context, that being, like, the rest of the gospel, but then they view, like, the words of Jesus in that same way. So I have heard that the sword is rhetoric, or you're trying to convince people or whatever it may be. But the fact is, listen, they're using destruction motifs all over Revelation.
Yes.
And furthermore, the sword in the Old Testament consistently has references to, like, the sword swallowing people whole and shit like that.
And not only that,
swallowing nations. Like, this is how you describe killing.
Yeah, and it's consistently used in order to, like, metaphorically refer to either murder or to international war. I don't see why we would ever make a special exception that just because you want to interpret Jesus as the word, that the sword that he carries is his rhetoric.
Right, no.
Like, it also says that they go off and kill a bunch of people.
Right.
Like,
Right after that.
do they kill them with nice
rhetoric.
words? Like,
They kill him with kindness.
yeah, you kill them with kindness, and they literally die.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
not only that, they get thrown into a lake of fire.
Right, yes.
So, okay. This is the word, bird. So, others he will kill. These things will befall the nations which will be spared by him. Every nation which is not known Israel, and which is not trodden down the seed of Jacob, will live. And this is because some from all the nations have been subjected to your people. All those now who have ruled over you or have known you will be delivered up to the sword. Okay, so anyone who's ever ruled over Jews is going to be put up to the sword. But there have been times
Where the Jews ruled over them.
when the Jews ruled, when they ruled over other people.
Right, yeah.
And as a result of them having done that, we won't just indiscriminately kill every child.
Listen, we gotta be fair on who we're killing here.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta be only the people that that have an equal amount of ruling over us
Mhm.
with a ratio with how much.
Well, no. All the people who ruled over us are dead. But this is
Sure, no, those guys, yeah.
referencing nations that have never heard of Israel
Sure.
or done anything with Israel at all.
No, but then
They
ones
might
that,
be spared because Israel ruled over some other people at some point.
right. Yeah.
That's the argument.
Oh wait, so it wasn't that. So I must have misunderstood because
Right. Every nation which has not known Israel and which has not trodden down the seed of Jacob will live.
Sure, yeah.
Which
then-
obviously is no nation at
but
this
then
point.
talking about the ones that Israel has ruled over.
Yeah, then they justify that. They say, this is because some from the nations have been subjected to your people.
Okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Because the way I was thinking of it, maybe it would have actually been better if it was this way. Like, let's say you ruled over people once, right?
Mhm.
And then let's say in the future they ruled over you.
Yeah.
Does that rule cancel out?
No. That anyone who ruled over us dies.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Right. It's
That would be better, I feel.
Yeah,
this is like such a weird justification for this
It is,
position.
yeah.
It's so strange. And then this part from this other manuscript does continue into chapter 73. So I'm going to read that one too. All right. Actually,
Is that bad already?
there's a bunch of cross references to Revelation, First
Thank
Enoch,
you, Ryan.
Jubilees.
Ryan,
Oh,
member
thank you.
for 12 months.
A
Look at
member
that.
for a year.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Huge.
Absolutely huge.
Thanks.
China.
You're
Okay.
blowing my mind
what,
here.
what are some references that we need?
Okay, I'm gonna need
A Bible.
Bible.
And Enoch as well.
I'll pull up First Enoch chapters 69, 29, and
Nice.
61. Yeah, I thought you would say it. In fact, what's interesting is that they did that in that order, right? They didn't say 29, 61, then 69. They started with 69 because
Okay.
they knew.
Wait, so
29,
chapter 29.
yeah.
Okay.
Chapter 61.
April.
13 months.
Yeah, she's just one up in you, Ryan.
Oh.
Damn.
And get into that membership. Because I couldn't just say member measuring contest, right?
Oh.
Membership measuring contest.
Yeah, do that. Do that. Everyone show us how big your memberships are.
Mm-hmm. Post your big memberships all over our Discord in screen caps.
True. So, no shot here. So, you said
69.
yes. Okay, that's why
29.
69, 29, yes.
No. 69, 27 for the verse.
Okay.
Just and then 29 for the verse.
Okay.
And then chapter 61 verse 8 for
Okay, gotcha.
right? These are two different
Gotcha.
Enoch references that are going to be like popping up pretty quickly.
You got it.
Um
All right, let's
So-
hop into it.
Also, Fourth Ezra, Sibylline Oracles do get some mention, but we're not going to pull those up right now because we can just tell you about those because we read those.
We did. In fact, you can go watch those on our channel.
We also
Where
read
we
this, but it was longer ago.
Yeah, it was. We
Yeah.
started, actually. The first apocryphal book we read
Yeah.
was First Enoch.
Because it's like the most interesting. It's
Everyone
the
fucking
one
talks about
everyone knows. Everyone knows about it. Very few people have read it. There was a movie called the Book of Enoch, wasn't there?
I feel like there was.
Several.
And anyways,
Yeah, I feel like there was.
chapter 73. And it will happen that after he has brought down everything which is in the world, and he has sat down in eternal peace on the throne of the kingdom. This is where those Enoch references are, on the throne of the kingdom. Then joy will be revealed and rest will appear. That's apparently something that pops up in Jubilees and also First Enoch in various places, and the Testament of Levi and the Testament of Jude.
Did we read the Testament of Levi?
Did we? We read some testaments.
We did. I don't think we read the Testament
I
of
don't
Levi.
think so maybe not.
We'll have to look into that if we did. I don't remember us doing it.
Yes.
But yeah, so
But
from
what does 69:27 and 69:29 tell us from First Enoch?
and he sat on the throne of his glory, and the sum of judgment was given unto the Son of Man, and he caused the sinners to pass away and be destroyed from off the face of the earth, and those who have led the world astray. With chains they shall be bound, and in their assemblage place of destruction shall they be imprisoned, and all their works vanish from the face of the earth. And from henceforth there shall be nothing corruptible, for that Son of Man has appeared and has seated himself on the throne of his glory, and all evil shall pass away before his face, and the word of that Son of Man shall go forth and be strong before the Lord of spirits. This is the third parable of Enoch.
Yes. So right at the end of the third parable, we have this bit which references the throne of the kingdom, associates with this eschatological process.
Yeah. Time of judgment.
Here we go. Then health will descend in dew, and illness will vanish, and fear and tribulation and lamentation will pass away from among men, and joy will encompass the earth. Kind of following that Enoch idea.
Not just that. This is a very Roman thing, actually.
This is
because when they're talking about like this perfect time in the future, they often talk about like all of this stuff will pass away. You know, things will, you know, every land will bear the greatest fruits. Just very utopia kind of picture, or just very picturesque.
Yes. And nobody will again die among men. Joy will again die untimely. Yeah.
Untimely,
it's not,
It's
not just among men. Nobody will again die untimely, nor will any adversity take place suddenly.
Ah, okay, I see. So this is allowing a little bit of wiggle room for God-sponsored pain and suffering.
God, trademark. Judgment.
That's your favorite one, Chris. The God-sponsored one. Yeah, see, look how happy he is.
Speaking of which, if you were going to donate to the Catholic Church, don't, and instead to give the money to us.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, we accept tithes, as you can see.
Yeah, we will accept your tithes. We will accept, what is it, a third of your income? Or
Is that how much it was?
I don't know what they want. 10%? It's a tithe, right? That's 10%.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. 10%, yeah.
And we'll accept, like I
10%
said,
of everything.
a
Yeah,
third of your income. But
yeah, math.
I'm not settling for that 10%. A tithe is a pittance. We need the third. We're going government. We're taking the taxes.
Oh, shit.
So nobody's going to die suddenly or anything like that. Judgments, condemnations, contentions, revenges, blood, passions, zeal, hate, and all such things will go into condemnation, since they will be uprooted. This is consistent with the Sibylline oracles and fourth Ezra, though I'm gonna say it's consistent with the third Sibyl, not the Sibylline oracles. I don't think there's a lot of consistency.
The thing is, it's so hard to differentiate some of them. Like, aside from like that one that kind of that's kind of like a What was it? It was kind of like a weird history of everything.
Yeah, that one was awesome.
Yeah.
What was that, 6?
I don't remember which one that was, but aside from that one, they do kind of seem to just kind of be the same in many places.
Shout outs to secular charities. I was looking for atheist charities, not secular ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make the distinction. There's a secular organization, and then there's an atheist organization. But I couldn't really find one that dependably associates themselves specifically as atheist and does charitable work outside of like atheist issues.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing is, drop some names if you got some ideas.
So if you can find explicitly atheist ones, I would be interested in shouting out those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, even the secular ones, I'm fine for.
I have
that
issues with
too.
all charities because there's administrative upkeep and it doesn't feel like they get the actual goals done. It's just my problems with all
They
charities.
probably do better than just sitting
than
around doing
just
nothing.
sitting around doing nothing with the money, sure, but you
I'm
could
also
just give money to the people that need it, like Lawrence.
Recovering from religion, yeah.
recovering from religion. Yeah, I could probably.
We could probably do like a setup
I could
thing.
probably stand recovering from religion. What couldn't I? I don't know. I don't know anything about the leadership of any of these organizations.
Right, yeah.
I would have to look into it to actually
Like,
say I support these guys.
FFRF, I know that would be like, I don't think that's exclusively a charity. I think they do charity work. I don't think they are charity, right? Because they have like a bunch of lawyers and shit.
Right.
So they help a lot in the legal cases where religion oversteps its bounds.
Mhm.
So
I guess that counts as charity.
you can if you want. I don't know, but like either way, like we can. If you have some recommendations, yeah, just throw out some names, and we can look into them, and we can do like a stream where during the stream any money would go to them, like 100% of the things made would go
Only
to.
if the stream's popular.
Well, either way,
What's the point? Here's $3. It's not even they're going to be real.
We would charge them money to process the donation
yeah.
that we give them.
True.
Here's a penny.
That's like a serious problem people have.
Didn't your dad do this?
Yes,
Yeah.
my dad did that.
Yeah,
And it cost them money to send things, and they kept sending him stuff afterwards. So his penny went a really long way,
Wow.
especially since it cost them -4 cents to process that penny.
So they made money
No,
to process
no,
it?
they lost 5 total cents. So
But when you said that it cost them,
it's like he sent in.
if you said it cost them -4, that means
well,
they
no,
made money.
sorry, they gained -4.
Okay.
They lost money.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
So doing charity work also puts you in a different spotlight, in my opinion.
Not really. On YouTube, it just puts a little sticker on your chat.
not on
Yeah,
YouTube.
it does put a little sticker on you.
I know, but remember the last group we worked with that turned into a charity organization, whatever.
Well, they also kind of suck, but
Yep.
They also stand the dumbest position.
they're yeah. Although if we're taking a look at what charity work has brought to YouTubers themselves, Mr. Beast.
People
sure.
hate Mr. Beast.
You do?
There's I keep seeing all these articles.
Didn't
and
we watch
tweets
Mr. Beast
about-
unironically?
Here's the thing. Nobody's mad at Mr. Beast. There's not even a group that doesn't like Mr. Beast. What's
Okay,
happening
but-
is they're mad at the fact that Mr. Beast is the one that has to do all these things. He recently did a thing where he there is an issue with the whole white savior complex.
Oh
which
no
I
no
totally-
no 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 no!
that's one thing.
Yeah, you're talking the white savior when he went out and helped out in Africa by
Right.
helping to set
Making
up reliable
wells.
drinking water. For
Right,
people.
great. No one's actually mad
Oh no,
about him doing
I
it.
saw people who were pissed off because it's so condescending for this white man to come to Africa and try to insist that he's the one who's going to solve all of your problems, right?
See, mostly I've seen people be mad about the fact that he's the one doing it and not some government or something.
Right, but I've seen people who are mad, and I've seen articles where people are mad that he thinks that it's his place to be able to do it, right? And that's like absurd.
Right.
That's what I mean by people who hate Mr. Beast.
I really don't think
very
it's that-
small minority.
It
of
is a
people.
very small minority
Right.
because I promise, like most of the outrage, quote unquote, is about like, why is Mr. Beast doing this and not
Dude.
some other government?
He left a man alone in a supermarket for 55 days.
He did. That
A man
made
with
that
two young
$55,000.
children.
Yep. He missed formative years of his children's life.
He didn't recognize his children when he saw them when he went into the next.
Because they grow quick.
When they're very young, they grow very quickly.
I did watch that, yeah, but
Yes.
he
Now
still
I want you to
recognized
think
them.
about that.
He still recognized
He
them.
was
Okay.
like, oh, they look different.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that
Yeah,
part I understand.
yeah.
But he still
See.
knew that they were his kids.
Okay.
Barely.
I'm only poking fun
He
at
wouldn't
this.
have known
But
if it
if
was
somebody-
another couple weeks.
Ruben, if somebody was to just pick a thing to be offended at, here's another one. Here, I'm not actually offended by it, but like you could pick and pry at every single piece of content that anyone who does something of actual intrigue makes because it might be controversial in some way. Like, oh, that diorama you made for your YouTube content created tons of unecologically friendly waste. And it's like, okay, but it was for a diorama for people to learn about ecologically friendly waste of, things. Or
Speaking
whatever.
of which, I hated your diorama. That thing sucked. The last one you brought onto the show.
What'd I do?
It was so horrible.
Did I
It
have
tanked this entire show down to the ground, and we've never seen another viewer. Everything has sucked since you did that.
I don't understand what diorama.
You have never had a diorama.
I've never had one, yeah.
No.
Mm.
Let's
Anyways,
continue.
We
A
were
pyramid.
reading a book.
I had a wheel and a pyramid.
We were
Still
kind
around.
of
They're in the back room.
The pyramid was fun.
Sure.
I thought it was.
We just kept not getting people who wanted to be on the show to
Right.
do wacky things. Damn it, people.
Be
We wanted to
wackier.
do wacky things.
No one
Yes.
wanted to do wacky things with us. It's so sad.
You ever see Red Letter Media? They do
Yes.
wacky things. We can do wacky.
Yeah, we can be
shit.
wacky. We're also in Milwaukee.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow. That's. Let's read.
Okay, we got dragons coming up.
Oh, perfect.
All right, so condemnation will be uprooted. For these are the things that have filled this earth with evils, and because of them, life of men came in yet greater confusion. And the wild beasts will come from the wood and serve men. And the asps and dragons will come out of their holes to subject themselves to a child.
Okay.
Interesting.
Literally Pokemon.
Apparently.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. That snake came out of the grass to be the.
quotation from Papias and Irenaeus.
Does it say?
Advhair 5:33 3-4.
So against heresies, it said 5.
5:33 3-4.
Okay, I'll find that.
And while you do, I shall continue to the next sentence. And
The blessings of Isaac, which he blessed his younger son Jacob, has the same meaning when he says, "Behold, the smell of my son is the smell of a full field, which the Lord has blessed." Genesis 27:27. But the field is the world. And therefore, he added, "God, give to you the dew of heaven, and of the fatness of earth, plenty of grain and wine." And let the nations serve you, and kings bow down to you, and be lord over your brother, and your father's sons shall bow down to you. Cursed shall be he who shall curse you, and blessed shall be he who shall bless you. If anyone then does not accept these things as referring to the appointed kingdom, he must fall into much contradiction and contrariety, as is the case of the Jews, who are involved in absolute perplexity. For not only did the nations in this life serve this Jacob, but even after he had received the blessing, he himself, going forth from his home, served his uncle Laban, and Laban the Syrian for 20 years. And not only was he not made lord of his brother, but he did himself bow down before his brother Esau upon his return from Mesopotamia to his father and offered many gifts to him. I'm trying to find this thing about bowing down to a child.
Yeah, I didn't. Is it? Oh, because Esau? Because he bows down.
Ray
to
bows
Esau?
down, yeah. To
His little
younger
brother?
Yeah.
Actually, his older brother.
Was it?
'Cause Esau has the birthright.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jacob, yeah, that's right, because Jacob has
Is
to
this
steal
just
it.
a
That's right.
misinterpretation of Irenaeus?
Well, then they're talking about Papias here.
Okay.
Why did they say 3 through 4 when it was literally just 4? And these things are borne witness. Oh, here's why. And these things are borne witness to in writing by Papias, the hearer of John, and a companion of Polycarp, in his 4th book. For there were 5 books compiled by him. And he says, in addition, now these things are credible to believers. And he says that when the traitor Judas did not give credit to them and put the question, how then can things about to bring forth so abundantly be wrought by the Lord? The Lord declared, they who shall come to these times shall see. When prophesying of these times, therefore, Esaias says, the wolf, this is Isaiah. The quotation is Isaiah 46. Is that it? Not sure.
46. Is it a quote?
It looks like some of it is and some of it isn't, weirdly enough. But yeah, go to Isaiah 46. Maybe it's all a quote. Yeah, the wolf also shall feed with the lamb, and the leopard shall take rest with the kid. The calf also, and the bull and the lion shall eat together. Yeah, all that stuff. And little boy shall lead them. There we go. Okay. And then it continues with the verse. And again, he says in recapitulation, wolves and lambs shall then browse together. Yeah, I'm quite aware that some persons endeavor to refer these words to the case of savage men, both of different nations and various habits, who come to believe, and when they have believed, act in harmony with the righteous. But although this is true now, with regard to some men,
it's not exactly the same. It's just bits and pieces.
Just bits and pieces. Okay, sure. But although this is true now with regard to some men coming from various nations to be the harmony of the faith, nevertheless, in the resurrection of the just, the words shall also apply to those animals mentioned. Yeah, this is the closest we get to that little, the little kid leading them.
Weird
passage to interpret.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily associate those two directly.
Right, yeah. That the child is
who was that one who wanted
That'd be
everything to be about First Enoch all the time?
Are we talking about like a church father?
They're in Eerdmans. One of the Eerdmans authors.
Oh.
There's one that always wanted everything to be about First Enoch.
I don't remember.
But
there was a guy, you're right, who
Yeah.
he tried to tie everything to First Enoch, and we had to be like, okay, not everything goes back to First Enoch.
I think the author was a woman. I'm not sure. It's hard to even think of any of their names.
Right, yeah. Like, I have Erdmans at home.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll find it when I get back, but...
Because we didn't often talk about the author of that.
We didn't.
And also, it wasn't often as useful as it could have been.
True.
And women will no longer have pain when they bear, nor will they be tormented when they yield the fruit of the womb.
Finally.
So that original punishment is undone.
Mm-hmm.
That was done to Eve.
All right.
And with that, I give you the birth of a new reader.
Thank you.
As
I'm new.
I go to use the restroom. And you have to do all the gory details.
That's true. All right. After I cough, how about we get into all the gory details with chapter 74. You ready there? You got it? I see you got it. All right. And it will happen in those days that the reapers will not become tired, and the farmers will not wear themselves out, because the products of themselves will shoot out speedily.
Oh, yeah. Food will be made quick.
Yeah, also disgusting.
I guess.
Their own products will shoot out.
I mean, yeah.
Speedily.
Yeah, that sounds wrong, out of context.
Yeah. Get it?
I got it.
Okay, good. During the time that they work on them in full tranquility. For that time is the end of that which is corruptible, and the beginning of that which is incorruptible. Therefore, the things which were said before will happen in it. Therefore, it is far away from the evil things and near to those which do not die. Those are the last bright waters which have come after the last dark waters. So this last one, whichever it is, this last age, is just the good things, none of the bad things. And in fact, everything bad
Gone.
in the past has completely reverted.
It's all fixed now. We done patched it.
As is tradition, yeah. So I am, just out of curiosity, I want to see, I forget how many stages there were, but I mean, we'll have to go back and count. But was there
7?
No, there was more. It went up. Was this the 12th?
Oh, jeez.
Was there the 12th one, right? Sorry, the 12th bright waters, which you have seen. With regards to the last waters you have seen, which are blacker than all those, and then it goes up to, just go up to 15. Is the last one 15? I don't know.
Who knows?
Okay, well, whatever.
Ask
We can.
Ruben.
Yeah, I forget exactly how many there were of each of these. But either way, what we have here is this final age being this. Hey, Ruben, do you remember how many of the black and bright waters there were?
Yes.
Because the thing is, were there 12? It says, yeah, with regard to the last waters you have seen, which are blacker than all those preceding, which came after the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, preceding,
Yeah, it's
which
13.
came after the 12th.
It's 13.
Those are
The
brought
13th
together.
is the final one. It follows that same motif.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yes. The 13th, the number 13 is supposed to be the right one, the good one. All 1 through 12 are supposed to establish as being not as good as, right? We saw the same thing in the Apocalypse of Adam. We've seen the same thing apparently in Philip of Macedonia.
Yeah, there was the one thing with the statue,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
One thing with the statue where there were 12 of them, and then there was this statue of there was a literal like pantheon of 12 gods, and then Philip of Macedonia was given a special place.
Right.
with
That
the
one
statue.
I'm unsure is unconnected.
Right.
But
It's not definitely connected, but it's in the region. It follows the same number scheme.
right, yeah. I'm looking where I had this written down. So this is in the Apocalypse of Adam. I guess I didn't write down stuff on the Apocalypse of Adam. I should have.
I think it was the Apocalypse. I'm pretty sure.
It was, yes. So we have the Apocalypse.
But it was like a whole chapter in the Apocalypse of Adam, or like a whole huge section.
And then also we are now talking about second Baruch with the 13 black and bright waters.
That's us. Yep.
Yes. That's us right now, actually.
That's us.
So I'm just going to put down chapter. I can just put down chapter 74 because that's where we're at, right? So this is kind of neat, right? Because now we're starting to draw links. So yeah, the last one being good seems like a very interesting motif. So I do have some books on. I have one study, right? We found one big book written on the Apocalypse of Adam, and that is on the wish list. I'll probably end up getting it for the next next big project. Although in the meantime, I'm probably going to finish the video on biblical cosmology, I guess.
Mhm.
You know, like, did the Bible assume a flat earth? Yes, it did. But I was going to still make the video on that
And
anyways.
the details of that flat earth are perfectly provided to us in the book of Enoch, which teaches us of, I mean, really, how else would you know about how the sun and moon work?
Yeah, you wouldn't. You
wouldn't.
need Enoch for that. That's what King Zadayakob told us.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's the king, so you got to listen to him.
Yeah.
Like I try to explain to like casual Christians what Christianity is.
Oh, well, you know, you're wasting your breath there, buddy.
Yeah, like you have to like do a lot to get from God is love to actually, if you call yourself a Christian, you're morally required, according to Paul, to believe that the earth is flat, because there are scriptures in the Hebrew Bible
Oh, sure, yeah.
which establish that the earth is flat.
And if you were to believe all that stuff, yeah.
Mm.
So it's a fun little leap. Which, you know, honestly, like, if there's a Christian who wants to be like, yeah, I don't take Paul seriously, I'd be fine with that.
I would be very interested in talking with non-Pauline Christians who are contemporary.
Yeah, because I'd be like, hey, you know what? Even if you think, you know, all of these are his actual words, maybe you could be like, he wasn't the Son of God. Why should I listen to him? He's not God manifest in any way. Why should I listen to this guy? I'd be like, you know what? That's a perfectly reasonable response.
Surely.
Yeah, why should you listen to that guy?
Mm.
So, like, I wouldn't totally hate that. Yeah, and I'm just kind of marking off the Apocalypse of Adam here because I don't think we marked it before. But yeah, it was definitely in the Apocalypse of Adam. But how about I continue?
Do so.
Yeah, chapter 75. Because yeah, the last one was the end of the cycle. And I answered and said, who can equal your goodness, O Lord? For it is incomprehensible. Or who can fathom your grace, which is without end? Or who can understand your intelligence? Or who can narrate the thoughts of your spirit? Or who of those born can hope to arrive at these things?
It sounds like somebody's read Job.
Yeah, right. It's exactly Job 38, specifically. Pretty sure. Apart from those to whom you are merciful and gracious. For if you were not merciful to men, those who are under your right hand, they were not able to come to them, apart from those who are named among the famous number. Let's see here. Apart from those who are named among the famous number.
144,000.
The elect ones. Cross-reference 1 Clement 2:4. So 1 Clement is a New Testament pseudepigraphal text. It might be in one of these if they really were trying.
What is 2:4?
Yeah, it looks like it's not in here. It might be in Nag Hammadi. Was it in Nag Hammadi, maybe? I don't actually know if it was in Nag Hammadi. But
1 Clement 2:4. Ye contended day and night for the whole brotherhood, that in his mercy and good pleasure the number of his elect might be saved.
yeah, there you go. So that's the famous number.
The number is a spurious notion towards the members of the body who go into the church building in the Shepherd of Hermas, right?
Mhm.
Like that's the concept that we're referring to here.
All right. Yes, you're right. But we who exist when we know why we have come, and then subject ourselves to him who brought us out of Egypt, we shall come again and remember those things which have passed away, and rejoice with regard to the things which have been. But if we do not know why we have come, and do not recognize the sovereignty of him who brought us up from Egypt, we will come again and ask for that which has now occurred, and shall be severely grieved because of that which has happened. All right, then.
Okay. Basically, they have to be aware of their purpose in order to achieve it. And if they're not aware of their purpose, then they will fail.
Yeah, they're going to have a bad time. Either
That's
way,
pretty clear.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things that I actually agree with in the book. If you have no idea what the hell you're doing, you're probably not gonna do very well at whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah, Chris.
Dude, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just caught a shiny Smeargle.
Did you actually just now, or was that
in Pogo
before when you told me that, or was it when you told me that Smeargle joke?
Right now.
And
Took
the
me
problem
40,
with catching a
44
shiny
minutes.
Smeargle-
Sorry. Yeah, since I
Show the camera. Go show the camera.
You want to see the shiny?
Yeah, I want to
Smeargle?
see the shiny.
Yeah, I want
Alright,
you
well,
to
hold on.
show off the shiny Smeargle on camera.
I have so many shinies, it's not a big deal. I mean,
Yeah, we just want you to show it off.
We don't want all the shinies. We just want Smeargle.
Yeah,
yeah, all right.
it looks a little more green, right? His tail is a little more green. No,
No,
but it
he's
was. I guess I haven't
totally
caught the
different.
shiny yet. I wanted
It's
to
the
catch this
middle
shiny.
one.
Yeah, you can go closer. That's okay. Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's
We can
Shiny
yeah,
enough?
We saw it. Yeah, he has a red tail.
oh, that's right, the red tail. Yeah. Okay.
Now that you have a shiny Smeargle, you have to do the pain in the ass work of getting it the moves.
That's right.
that-
Sacred
Yeah, good
Fire and Arrow Blast and all the weird
Good
moves
luck.
that I have to get it to insane levels to learn.
Sheer cold.
Sheer cold, that one's easier. It'll
You
make
need to be hit by it in order to copy it, and it kills you if you're hit by it.
doubles
So,
battle.
Yeah, you could use it in a doubles battle. I wonder.
I suppose
Well, I'm
that
gonna
would
go
work.
for more, but the show's probably gonna end, so I'm gonna take a break.
Well, either way.
Maybe.
So on to the next chapter, 76.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And he answered me and said, since the revelation of this vision has been explained to you as you prayed for, hear the word of the Most High, that you know that which will happen to you after these things. For you will surely depart from this world. Nevertheless, not to death, but to be kept unto the end of times. Okay. Yeah, nevertheless, not to death. Yeah, okay, so you'll be kept safe, essentially, right?
Mhm.
This is the same kind of... this is the whole thing of... there was a period of time, remember, where Jewish thought was like, oh, we'll be kept safe in Sheol until the end times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wasn't
interesting.
there a pit in First Enoch for that?
There are different pits in First Enoch.
Yeah, wasn't one of them for that?
One of them is like a good place.
Yeah.
The other one's not so much. But they do eventually get removed from Sheol.
Yeah.
It's just Abel. Abel's
Yeah, there was one that was just
sitting-
able.
Yeah. Well, no, Abel doesn't go in any of the
Oh,
pits.
that's right. He was just
He stands
there.
outside of the pit. He's like the St. Peter at the pearly gates, right?
Right, yeah. That's another thing. St. Peter at the gates. Why?
We have those Catholic saints books over there. We could probably because he's the rock that the foundation of the church is built on, and that means that every member of the body is going to have to go through him.
Yeah, but does that mean he has to be like the
Shepherd of
secretary?
Hamas. He is the rock that the foundation of the tower is built on.
No, I get that.
So every single object in the tower must necessarily
Be built on top
interact,
of him.
with
Built on top.
him, right? They have to interact in some way in order to get there, and they have to continually do so. So I could see that being
I can see that, yeah.
because Shepherd of Hamas is way more influential than I think people know.
Yeah, seriously. Like it was huge.
It influenced the Bible too.
Yeah.
Right? Arguably.
All right, let's continue.
Yes.
Oh, man, I'm coughing a lot.
76.
Yep, still in 76. Therefore, go up to the top of the mountain, and all countries of this earth will pass before you, as well as the likeness of the inhabited world, and the top of the mountains, and the depths of the valleys, and the depths of the sea, and the number of rivers, so that you may see that which you leave and whither you go. This will happen after 40 days. Go, therefore, now during these days, and instruct the people as much as you can, so that they may learn, lest they die in the last times, but may learn, so that they live in the last times. So you go to the top of this mountain for 40 days. I wonder who that's paralleling. And then you're supposed to come back down and
It's
save everyone.
Methuselah. No,
So-
it's Moses. I'm
so
sorry. I'm
in
just-
my head canon now, the whole 40 days thing is just like a bullshit number.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
But like is used intentionally to bullshit someone often. So
Oh, yeah,
God's
right.
like, all right, look, no,
bullshit them for 40 days.
Everything's gonna rain. You're gonna be stuck in a shitty little boat that's got a bunch of animals on it that you might be allergic to. You'll be there for. Don't worry, it's only gonna be like 40 days, give or take. 40 years.
40
days.
is just a number they might
There's
throw
a couple
around
of
when they don't
different
have a good
numbers.
number.
It's supposed to be a long time.
Yeah, it's just a long time.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. But in my head canon now, this is God in the stories, like just not wanting to deal with the problems. So just
Guys.
making up random bullshit dates.
What's up, Chris?
I had a stupid point and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That was stupid.
All right, how many fingers and toes are
Now
amongst
I'm
two witnesses?
40.
Bullshit number. See, I said it was a bullshit point.
Chris.
How many
Numerology's
fingers
dumb. I'm
and
just having
toes are
fun.
necessarily held between the people who could give testimony to hold someone accountable in a Jewish court, which is two witnesses.
Oh.
Because if you were disfigured, you weren't
You weren't
allowed
do
to.
it, sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing to stop, guys.
This is.
We think
You're
into
starting
this
a
too
conspiracy
far.
theory.
We started a.
We're
all
not
right, don't.
starting
all
a
right.
conspiracy
Someone
theory.
can
We're
take it.
starting a school of biblical studies.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
This is going to be
it's going to blow
Christian
out of our
school.
control. We're
Not
not
the
going to care
Christian,
about
the
it in like a
Christian.
day. But someone will escalate this quickly. Anyways.
Not the Christian, but the Christian. Damn it.
Huh? We call it like, would it be Shayan?
No, because that would be
Shaykirkian?
Shikarekian.
Yeah, Shaykirkian, is that?
Oh my God. You guys leave my last name out of this. That's dossing me.
Do you mean doxing?
You-
But also,
Whatever.
no, it's not.
No, you've said your full name on stream
I?
before. Yes.
Oh, then I don't
definitely.
care. Well, good luck figuring that out anyways.
Your
Also,
full
you have
name-
no social media. No one can find you anywhere.
It's not true. If you look my name up, it exists.
Oh my god.
They can find a picture of you in a birthday hat thing, I think.
No, that's gone.
Is it gone?
Yeah, that got
you
replaced.
deleted
by,
like everything.
Nah.
Yeah, that got replaced by some other stuff. No, there's like vestiges of my stuff online, but not much.
All right, well,
I can't even find the quantum nihilism bullshit.
Did you
Did you
try
look up
Googling it?
quantum nihilism
Yeah.
I
as
feel
a
like that
channel on YouTube?
you can search
Oh, that's
channels.
still there. I meant your post on some random website about what quantum nihilism
Oh,
was
okay, yeah.
forever and a day ago. Not my ancient channel.
Okay, gotcha.
Everybody
Don't
in the
look it up.
audience.
Don't do it. Don't do it. All right.
Why
Don't do
I
it.
hate the holidays.
Don't listen to
is
Ruben.
my
Ruben
favorite
is blasphemous.
YouTube video.
Ruben is a heretic.
I think
He
it's
is
better
lying to
Freshman
you.
year.
than
Ruben-
Rick
Chris,
Astley
Ruben
never
is
gonna give
haram.
you up HD. I
Nothing's
think,
better than that.
I think it's
Guys,
better
guys, it's
than
enough,
Waka Laka.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's not dive into that rabbit hole.
Okie doke.
Let's continue though.
Well, Waka Laka's a never-ending story. So
Okay. Anyways, chapter 77. And I, Baruch, went away from there and came to the people and assembled them from the greatest to the smallest, and said to them, I love that. I love the greatest to the smallest. Maybe it means by rank, but it could also mean height, which is really funny to me.
Or width.
Or width, yeah. All of it's funny to me.
Or length.
Just size in general. Hear, O children of Israel, behold!
Behold!
How many are left from the 12 tribes of Israel? To you and to your fathers, the Lord gave the law above all nations. And because your brothers have transgressed have transgressed the commandments of the Most High, he brought vengeance upon you and upon them, and did not spare the ancestors, but he also gave the descendants into captivity, and did not leave a remnant of them. And behold, you are here with me. If therefore you will make straight your ways, you will not go away as your brothers went away, but they will come to you. And for he is merciful, whom you honor, and gracious, in whom you hope, and true, so that he will do good to you and not evil. Have you not seen what has befallen Zion? Or did you think that the place has sinned and that it has been destroyed for this reason? Or that the country has done some crime and that it is delivered up for that reason? You know, first of all, that's exactly how it works in the Old Testament.
Yes.
That's literally what happens.
Mm-hmm. Explicitly, many times.
Seriously.
There's no like bullshitting around that.
They say it. And do you not know that because of you who sinned, the one who did not sin was destroyed? And that because of those who acted unrighteously, the one who has not gone astray has been delivered up to the enemies.
And that sounds like
well, the thing
like
is,
a contrary to Ezekiel.
it is, but also that's the same kind of remember during this period, this messianic period, because they are talking about a Messiah, right?
Mm-hmm. Because they're expecting a messianic event,
right? And in this case, they are already linking up the same things that early Christians were linking up to, because here you have the motif of someone else suffering for your sins, essentially. So I cover this in the Suffering Servant video, but I talk about like the idea of a corporate personality where one person can represent the community and the community can represent the one person. So it's the same kind of idea being built on here. It's the same stuff. In this case, it's just not applied to Jesus. Yes. But it's the same kind of expectation of a Messiah. Well,
of course, there's always been Jewish messianism, and even today. Now, you might not see it a lot because
this is more like apocalyptic.
The Reform movement literally intentionally removed Jewish messianism. Right? They did it to fit in better with Christian cultures. But like all the prayers and the prayer books and stuff that are in the Reform movement, they're the same as the Orthodox prayers, but they just like remove whole sections that are about messianic stuff. And so a lot of the Jews that you're going to encounter now who believe in Judaism, right? They're probably going to be Reform in the United States.
True.
Right. And they're probably not going to have a lot of similarities with Orthodox Judaism, like at all, to be honest. Right. But this is different among Christians, right?
So I'm going to grab some more water because I need that. Do you want to finish this chapter?
Yeah, what?
We're already in the last chapter for the day, but I only read half of it. So you can start with this section right here.
Okay.
Some more. I know Baruch is saying some more shit.
Grab me some water.
All right.
If you're already grabbing water. The people invite Baruch to write a letter. Ooh. Chris, guess what? We're about to hear something very exciting.
Wow.
It's an invitation
Oh my God.
to write a letter.
Holy shit.
And the whole people answered, and they said to me, everything which we can remember of the good thing which the Mighty One has done to us, we shall remember. Danke. And that which we do not remember, he knows in his grace. But do this for us, your people. Write also to our brothers in Babylon a letter of doctrine and a roll of hope, so that you might strengthen them also before you go away from us. For the shepherds of Israel have perished, and the lamps which gave light are extinguished, and the fountains from which we used to drink have withheld their streams. Now we have been left in the darkness and in the thick forest and in the aridness of the desert.
It is kind of funny that this kind of retroactive look at it is like we are in the worst part of the desert. There's nothing here that's alive, but like they were in the cities,
Right.
Like-
they're not
in the middle of nowhere.
right.
But like, hey, you know what? This is if you're polemicizing your ancient opponents, that's what you do.
Well, what they're saying is we're not going to remember all this shit, and other people didn't hear it, so write it down.
Yeah, essentially. So I mean, that's probably kind of the idea behind why they initially did it too. Like we gotta write this shit down.
And next week we're going to be reading a letter, which is this letter. But this week we're going to be talking about being invited to write a letter.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And I answered and said to them, shepherds and lamps and fountains come from the law, and when we go away, the law will abide. If you, therefore, look upon the law and are intent upon wisdom, then the lamp will not be wanting, and the shepherd will not give way to the and the fountain will not dry up.
Oh.
Nevertheless, I shall also write to your brothers in Babylon as you have said to me, and shall send it by means of men. Also, I shall write to the 9.5 tribes and send it by means of a bird.
Good old 9.5 tribes, classic.
Hello.
Yeah. Also, yes. Hello, Tsunami. So funny thing. Yesterday, Aaron was streaming, and I stopped in chat for a little bit, and I said hello everyone except Tsunami.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was quite funny.
Lawrence, I need you to do something. I saw a video where the debate was, is the Bible relevant? And Aaron argued in the negative.
Right, because he's saying no as in like we shouldn't be following it kind of thing.
Right.
Right.
But it's relevant.
I think that he should be more picky
With subjects he takes?
with subjects
Yes,
he takes.
I agree.
Because I know he knows the Bible's relevant.
Right.
Ruben's
He's
hoodie,
just not you shouldn't
red or
want.
black or maroon. Now we got to have a debate on this, and we each take a position. This is a real debate, and it's really important.
Looks like it's all those colors.
Yeah, I know.
It's red and black and maroon
Yeah.
and orange and purple and blue and green and white and
No?
Coat of many colors much?
Unless you got like a little like symbol or something.
And mauve.
Where's the green? You got a little piece that's green.
there's like a tag or something.
A tag that's green. Okay, you got it.
Oh no, the tag
It's not green.
is not green. Tag is red and black and white.
Yeah, yep. Red, black, and white.
I guess it's not green.
Wow. What
I'm
a
sure
debate.
there's some purple shades in there somewhere. I don't know.
Either way.
Where was I?
I don't fucking know.
I was talking about sending a letter by means of a bird, which we should do more often.
True.
And it happened on the 21st day of the 9th month that I, Baruch, came and sat down under an oak in the shadow of the branches, and nobody was with me. I was alone. And I wrote 2 letters. One I sent by means of an eagle to the 9.5 tribes. The other is sent by means of 3 men to those who were in Babylon.
Interesting. Okay.
I called an eagle, and I said to him these words. So I know that there is a letter that they get into that he gives to the eagle, but the fact is that first he tries to talk to the eagle. And let's see how this goes.
Also, the methods, right? An eagle or 3 dudes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, because the 3 dudes can protect each other from brigands on the road, and the eagle
Is an eagle.
is an eagle.
Nice.
So he's going to talk to this eagle.
Okay.
You have been created by the Most High that you should be higher than any other bird. I don't know if that's true. But now go and do not stay in any place. Do not go into a nest. Do not sit on any tree until you have flown over the breadth of the many waters of the river Euphrates and have come to the people that live there and cast down to them this letter. Remember,
No breaks. You don't get any breaks.
No. Remember that Noah, at the time of the flood, received the fruit of the olive tree from a dove when he sent it from the ark, and also the ravens served Elijah when they brought food to him as they were commanded. Also Solomon, in the time of his kingship, commanded a bird, whether he wanted... What the hell? Okay, so commanded a bird...
Okay. What are these references? Do they give
First
little citations?
Kings. Okay, so the ravens, the Noah thing with the ark is in Genesis. We know.
Sure,
that.
yeah.
The ravens, I'm not sure. Solomon. It says 1 Kings 17:6.
Okay.
Solomon, in the time of his kingship, commanded a bird, whether he wanted to send a letter, and then whatever he was in need of, and it obeyed him as he commanded it. This is Ekel R. What's Ekel R? Ecclesiastical.
I don't know. So it looks like Ecclesiastes, but then it says R.
Ruth, right? For R, I would assume.
And-
Something to do with Ruth.
Why would it be Ruth? In
I
this
don't
case?
know.
No.
What's R for? What do we ever use R for in the Bible?
This could be an issue of Ecclesiasticus, but I don't know why they use R for that either. Or it could be a typo.
R.
Maybe we should check. Okay, first let's check Ecclesiastes. What is it? Ecclesiastes 2:5?
225.
225. Okay. So Ecclesiastes 2:25. Where the fuck is it? Man, Psalms is so fucking long. Okay. Ecclesiastes 2:25. What section is that referencing? Can you reread the passage? Or
Yes, I shall reread the passage. It says, also Solomon, in the time of his kingship, commanded a bird whether he wanted to send a letter, and in whatever he was in need of, and it obeyed him as he commanded it.
Okay, so it's definitely not Ecclesiastes.
No.
So I'm not sure what book that is.
Is there anything about a bird in Ecclesiastes?
I don't-
There.
No, not here.
What is Ecclesiastes?
There's nothing better for a person than that he should eat and drink and find enjoyment in his toil. This also I saw.
Ecclesiastes Rabbah?
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. So like a commentary on it, right? Like a Jewish commentary on it?
Yeah, let's see. 225.
Because then it goes on to say, this also I saw is from the hand of God, for apart from him, who can eat or can have enjoyment? For to the one who pleases him, God has given wisdom and knowledge and joy, yada, yada, yada.
For who will eat or who will enjoy? Solomon said,
Ah, okay.
Who has eaten as I have eaten? Who has drunk as I have drunk? Who has done as I have done? Rabbi Yirmeiah said in the name of Rabbi Shmuel bar Rav Yitzchak, Solomon had a great eagle, and he would ride upon it and go to Tadmor in the wilderness and return in one day. That is what is written. He built Tadmor in the wilderness. 2 Chronicles 8:4. I almost said 11 Chronicles. Jeez. But yeah, I did not know that there was this.
Yeah,
This
I forgot about
Solomon.
because there's like I've heard of Genesis Rabbah, right? That one's pretty famous.
Have you ever heard of this tradition about Solomon having an eagle that he rides on?
I don't know.
And that
Not
he
really.
rode it to Tadmor.
No, I do. So the one reference here in First Kings, by the way, is actually from Elijah. So let's see.
He does mention Elijah.
Yeah, and
here.
and the ravens brought him bread. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one in First Kings.
Okay. It continues on. And do not be reluctant and do not deviate to the right nor the left, but fly and go straight away that you may preserve the command of the mighty one, as I said to you. And that's the end of the chapter. But I find it interesting that he just gets this random bird and starts talking to it. And it doesn't say, oh, he goes out and finds a trained messenger eagle.
The thing is, he doesn't. It also doesn't talk back.
Right, it doesn't talk
Which
back.
is good.
This isn't like a mystical animal like the donkey.
This also isn't the alphabet of Ben Sira.
This reminds me of the time that they randomly threw in an eagle in Revelations.
Or the Apocalypse of Abraham.
Right.
Remember
That's
though?
right. Yes, that he is there. Abraham is flying on an eagle there.
Multiple birds.
Oh, right, because he's using them as like
As a surfboard.
yeah, kind of
as like rollerblades, really.
essentially
Bird rollerblades.
all the way up to heaven. Hell yeah, let's go.
Sounds like some Vedic shit. There's some really wild Vedic shit.
There is a there's a Mesopotamian myth where there's this guy going up on an eagle, and they go higher and higher to the point where everything is a point.
Mm-hmm.
Like the entire Earth is a point. It's like a dot. That's how high they go. And then this guy is like eventually like, okay, we're a little too high, bird. Let me down. And I'm honestly curious. I forget where they were going, but they did not need to go that high.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually he wanted to go back down. But there is that is a myth that I will talk about in the biblical cosmology video.
Sounds like an American bird.
Yeah, because it's the highest one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is also an American bird in Second Baruch because it's the highest one.
Yep. Higher than all the other birds.
Damn straight. Very high.
Who's going to threaten it?
In highness?
Mm.
Perhaps Chris.
Hey.
Although we did a lot. If you can find the shirt that is the bird.
Well,
is
Chris
word
did
one.
go to flight school.
I did. I
He
got an
could-
amateur pilot's license.
He is the only one of us who might rival the eagle in its ability to go high.
True.
I can fly a crappy plane. Probably not a commercial one or like. No,
I think any of us
Oh,
could
fair enough.
figure it out if we got in the cockpit.
not necessarily.
No,
I mean,
I'm not going to say we would do it well or survive,
right. No, I think
but we could get it to move.
There's that
I
video.
can give you some really basic advice that'll quick save your life. Are you ready?
Leave.
Okay. If the altimeter shows the brown part up, you're upside down.
Huh.
Thank you for.
The blue part's supposed to be up.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for letting me know
Second one, you push in to slow down and pull up. You pull out to go faster, and you like pull this to go up.
Sure.
Don't push in while you pull up, and don't like you want to accelerate when you go up. Never accelerate when you go down.
I'm probably never going to need this information.
Yep, but this is how you go up and down. That's actually the most important information is that there's a yoke and the yaw is adjusted by this.
How do I activate the turrets?
He's doing this.
It depends on the plane.
So,
if it
mommy,
has
don't meme this. He's doing this.
That's yaw. Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you at home who watched the show today, first, good. Second, shilling stuff, shill things.
Right.
To them.
Hey, we got a Patreon, and you know what? If you become a patron right now, you get early access to a video on St. Patrick, and we also have T-shirts. Look at that amazing T-shirt that is pinned right there. That's a great one. You should definitely click on it and buy it.
Lost that one.
Yeah, almost. Luckily, we did not. We also have an Amazon wish list. A whole bunch of books on there. You could add more books to this table, or you could just add more books to our library, and then we will read them and then put them into your brain through a video.
And of course,
'cause
Lawrence,
you don't want to read them. We will.
Of course, Lawrence has interpreted my request to shill our stuff as me wanting him to shill our stuff. No, audience, I want you to shill our stuff. Go out into the wilds, spread our shirts, make it the most fashionable thing that anyone could possibly wear at a charter school in the American Southwest.
It would be, hold on, Chris. It would be one. It would be 0 times 2.
Right.
It's still 0.
Yeah.
So yeah, we sell double.
Double.
All right.
Double the none.
But either way, yes, all the stuff he was saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll wear it on stage. Good.
This is a stage. Go to that stage. Thanks.
This is a table.
Whatever. There used to be stages in this whole place. Do you not remember? There's like a vestige of it over
Yeah, there is that stage there.
Yeah. The whole place that you're on right there was a stage. Up till
Okay.
like here.
Go
For
ahead.
like a band.
Why would you have a basement?
Somebody
band?
had Christmas things here that were like big band based.
But the acoustics aren't even
Terrible. They were terrible, I bet.
Anyways. on stage would work. So I think that's all the shilling we have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wear
Yeah.
our clothes. Buy our books.
That stuff. And
By which I mean, buy yourself a copy of "According to Your Evidence, Unicorns
Shut the
Exist"
fuck
by
up.
Lawrence Yufa.
It's bad. Don't
which
do
is
it.
available. You can
it's
get
a
it.
very bad
You should
idea.
get it if you're even
You should.
slightly interested.
Actually,
I greatly
bad idea.
encourage you doing.
It's a
so.
very
In
bad
fact,
work.
Are you still
In fact, I
giving
think
it to
Chris
patrons?
should just,
when
stop
patrons
the
sign
stream,
up for it,
'cause
are
this
you
is
still shipping
really
them
bad.
out copies?
You see,
of
I had to stop
According
doing
Your-
that because it's trash.
Oh yeah, you decided to stop.
Are we
doing
done?
that? You don't want
Goodbye.
to give the people what they deserve.